Thanks, Mom. Wasn't that wonderful? Wasn't that wonderful? Mother's Day, 100th anniversary today. Can you believe that? Mother's Day has been around 100 years. So it'd be nice if we could all be around 100 years, wouldn't it? So.
I like the cat.
See the black box? Turn it to B. Ta-da! Oh God! Oh, you're in trouble. We went on vacation this week. Oh boy, we had fun. Thank you very much. We went up around Cle Elum, and in the mountains, and kind of got recharged with all the trees and the beautiful flowers. But we still have two patron saints, George Carlin and John Lennon. So, and John, what?
George's birthday is tomorrow.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. What, his death or his birth? Oh, okay. Well, okay. Good. Happy birthday, George, whatever age you would have been. So, if everyone demanded peace instead of another television set, then there'd be peace. John. And George, religion is just mind control. Amazing? Might be. Things that are going on this week. What's been going on this whole last week is we have had the distinct pleasure and honor to have Michael Rice and his beautiful bride, Jeannie. I knew that. But thank you because all of a sudden, it just goes away for just a second. So thank you so much for all of your work this week, and I hope everyone was smart enough to take advantage of all of that. So, great. Qigong every Sunday. Every Sunday we have Qigong. Oneness Blessing today, and after service, Oneness Blessing. Hypnosis with Sharon and group session tomorrow. Essential Oils on Tuesday. Mind Shifters, again with Sandra and William on Wednesday. Thursday, Intuitive Development with Janice. Friday, there's nothing on Friday. What's all that all about? And then Friday is Laying on Hands and Healing Training with Echo Bodine from ARE. So that's
Saturday.
Yes, that's true. It is. It says it's right there. It said Saturday. So cool stuff going on every day of the week except Friday. So is that Good Friday or no? Okay. Class trip to the Coca-Cola factory. I hope there's no pop quiz. Energizer Bunny arrested, charged with battery. I didn't like my beard at first, of course, then it grew on me. Okay, a great many people, see I get stuff all over the place. A great many people think they're thinking when they are merely rearranging their prejudices. And things you never knew existed. These are plaques you can get, so this is somewhat disturbing, but it's wonderful. Plaques and t-shirts. Yes, right. Lord, give me the patience, because if you give me strength, I'm going to need bail money to go with it. I'm going to hell in every religion. Lord, no, lead me not into temptation. Oh, hell, just follow me. I know a shortcut. Grow your own dope. Plant a politician. What do you call a handcuffed man? Trustworthy. It just gets deeper and deeper, doesn't it? Okay, this I found interesting because I did not know this one. Until recent times, see, I didn't know that either. So, until recent times, writing instruments were a constant source of annoyance. Even fine goose quill soon lost its shape and had to be trimmed. People were always in need of a sharp blade to trim their pens. This was such a problem that by the 15th century, craftsmen were actually making special knives with fine blades. Carried in a sheath, such as a penknife, was a handy tool to have. When steel pens were perfected, the knife lost its special use, but its name transferred to any small blade carried in one's pocket. I didn't know that. That was cool. See, you learn something again at church. Imagine that. Things that make you go, Resolve to be thyself, and know that he who finds himself or herself loses their misery. Okay? Resolve to thyself, and know that he who finds himself loses his misery. You can never plan for the future by the past. Not sure about that one, but makes you think. Okay. If the entire population of China were to walk past you single file, you would not live long enough to see the end of it. You wouldn't live long enough. So imagine that. What else is going on? There it is. I had one more to do. Anything else going on this week I should know about? Something? No? Yeah? Okay. Do you want to do something? Sure.
Good morning. My name is Happy anniversary to the Kettles.
Happy anniversary.
William and
Happy,
Sandra
happy,
Kettle.
happy,
Happy
happy,
anniversary.
Okay.
And what is so awesome about this 23rd anniversary is that 23 years ago, every one of you followed your guidance and came here to celebrate 23 years later with me. You talk about oneness. You talk about oneness. You all planned this by making decisions, by making moves or whatever it is, and you all planned to be here with us today. And I want to thank you a whole lot for being here, because this is really a loving group, and I appreciate your appearance. The interesting thing about us being here as a couple, 23 years, I had been married 5 times before. It didn't last any time that long. Maybe 1 year, one time, and I think the longest was 7. For us to be here together, Dr. Michael Rice. He came into our lives in 1990. We were not married yet. And I came to William and said, "You got to hear this guy. He's got some really neat stuff." So he did. And we learned about forgiveness from the perspective of the power within me to let go of those things that take me out of the love that I am. We did the work over all these 23 years. And here we are today, still married. And using the tools. For me, when you have a pattern of, oh, I'm alone and I'm afraid and I'm out of here, that's a really big deal to find yourself not only just married, but I have this partner, my spiritual partner, that does the work with me for himself. I do mine for myself, and we come together as the love that we are. And it's really cool. And I just wanted to share that with you this morning because Michael and Jeannie are here, and if you would, do you have something you want to say first? Yeah. I warned him ahead of time.
And I said not. And when she said she came and said, "Oh, you really need to hear this guy?" I have to tell you, I went inside and asked myself, is this mine to do? And when I got a yes, I came. The reason I come every night to Mind Shifters is because I still ask that question. Is this mine to do? And I get a yes. So I appreciate Michael and Jeannie very much. But I also agree with Sandra. It's the work. It's doing the work. Using the tools is the reason we're standing here together now. So thank you. Yeah. Please.
And it's awesome to get to be here to celebrate your 23rd with you.
Thank you. Okay, psychiatrist versus bartender. Ever since I was a child, I've always had a fear of someone under my bed at night. So I went to a shrink and told him, I've got problems. Every time I go to bed, I think there's somebody under it. I'm scared. I think I'm going crazy. Just put yourself in my hands for 1 year, said the shrink. Come talk to me 3 times a week, and we should be able to get rid of those fears. How much do you charge? $80 per visit, replied the doctor. I'll sleep on it, I said. 6 months later, the doctor met me on the street. Why didn't you come back to see me about those fears you were having? He asked. Well, $80 a visit 3 times a week for a year is an awful lot of money. A bartender cured me for $10. I was so happy to have saved all that money that I went and bought me a new pickup. Is that so? With a bit of attitude. He said, well, and how, may I ask, did the bartender cure you? He told me to cut the legs off the bed. Ain't nobody under there now. There you go. Let's sing a song.
Good morning. Help me with this. Rise. You know, life is short. Got to get your kicks wherever you can. Let me look at you. Let me tell you what happens when I say that. Visitors go, what are you looking at? People around go, okay, let's play. What happens is, I feast my eyes on your energy. What does that sound? Oh, okay. Okay. There it goes. Okay. It's like I'm hearing things. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. But I'm not hearing things. Your energy is this bright, sparkling, wonderful commodity that you share with me. I can't take anything that you're not willing to share, and you're not giving me your energy. But by allowing me to look at you, you give me this opportunity to acknowledge your sacredness. Now at the same time, sometimes I look at you and sometimes I look through your energy field. Because here's what's going on. When Phil tells jokes, well, before that, what happens out there in the real world? You know, we have stress and we have struggles, and maybe you're trying to catch a cold, or allergies are bothering you, whatever. And that stuff kind of presses in on our energy field. And when we laugh, our energy field just pushes that away. So when I behold you and acknowledge you, then those things that are ready to go just go and they vanish. When I behold you and let me feast my eyes on you. Let me look at you for a minute. Let me look at you. What happens is I hold sacred ground for you. And holding sacred ground is this wonderful moment when I don't judge you. I don't expect anything of you, but I can just be here to allow you the strength to do whatever it is that you need to do. Some people are letting things go, like letting stress and trauma and family issues just vanish. You don't need to carry that. You can let it go. Other people are having to take things on. Got this next big thing I've got to do. I've got to step up. So holding sacred ground for you gives you the strength to step up and step into that, because you can. You're strong enough. You can do it. And sometimes holding sacred ground allows you to hold on tighter to things that require more attention. Because there's things in our lives that do require more attention. And the key of holding sacred ground for someone is just being solid for them so they can do what they need to do, whatever that is. And you know what's really cool is sometimes we don't know what we need to do. Do I hang on? Do I let go? Do I freak out? No, I don't know what to do. But by holding sacred ground, your intuition triggers. That sacredness within you gets activated, and you will know what you need to do. You'll know what you need to do. So let me look at you. Let me just look at you. And you don't have to look back. Phil's in the back going, oh, look at me, I'm not here. And you don't have to look back. It's all right. You sit with your eyes closed, turn your head, doesn't matter. Just know that I'm holding sacred ground for you in this moment. So, that wasn't what I wanted to talk to you about today, but there it is. So we need to talk about that. The good book. I want to talk to you a little bit. They're over here. You guys changed seats. They say it takes a village. There you go. Today's Mother's Day. You know, on Mother's Day is this moment where we honor our mother. Whether your mother was there for you or wasn't there for you. Doesn't matter. Even Jesus had a mother. He had a mama. And you had a mama. Whatever your relationship is with your mother, I want you to pay attention to something. I want you to just settle in with this little piece of information that maybe you've never heard before. This is Jesus, and it's Matthew 12. And while he was still speaking to the multitudes, this is 12:46. Behold, his mother and his brothers were standing outside, seeking to speak to him. And someone said to him, behold, your mother and your brothers are standing outside, seeking to speak to you. Don't you love the Bible when it just repeats itself like that? In case you didn't know, his mother and brothers were outside seeking to speak to him. But he answered the one who was telling him and said, who is my mother and who are my brothers? And stretching out his hand toward his disciples, he said, behold my mother and my brothers. For whoever does the will of my Father who is in heaven, he is my brother and my sister and my mother. Now here's the point I want to make. Jesus, whether you are a follower of the way or not, Jesus, who is a sacred being, spiritually enlightened being, just put you on the same level as Mother Mary. There are religions who venerate Mother Mary. That's okay. You are no less than Mother Mary. You have the same rank as Mother Mary. So what does that mean for your soul? What that means for your soul is that you have value. They did a research study. Studied Boston, University of Boston. And they had these students come, and they had to fill out this questionnaire, and at one point in the questionnaire they had to do a gratitude. So I typed up a gratitude of somebody who meant a lot in their lives. And generally speaking, it was Mother. And then after the next question was, okay, now call them and tell them. Express that gratitude. And if they're not alive, speak to the camera, because they were being observed as they were typing it. So people with tears in their eyes picked up the phone, called, and there was smiling and tears and all of that. Then they retook the survey, and their stress level dropped to almost nothing. Their performance ability skyrocketed because of gratitude. Because of gratitude. So today is a day that we acknowledge our mothers and have gratitude, whatever role that mother played for you. If she was loving and nurturing and helped you in so many ways, you know, that's a wonderful thing. If you had to raise yourself and be your own mother, God bless her, because you're who you are because of that experience of that. It is your mother who gives birth to you, but it is your divine connection that gives you value. And you have as much value as the Mother Mary. You have as much value as the Mother Mary. And that means just suit up, show up, and be present in your life. You know, Phil and I don't talk about services beforehand. Well, we kind of get vague idea. Well, what are you going to do today? Well, I might do this. I had no idea he was going to play Standing Outside the Fire. But standing outside the fire is awesome, because that's what it's all about. Suit up, show up, do the deal. And you don't even have to know what my spiritual purpose is. Who cares? You'll figure it out. The good news is God knows what your spiritual purpose is. You don't have to. Just suit up and show up and be present in your own life. Express the love that you are. Acknowledge the value that you are. Because you hold the same rank as Mother Mary. You are not less than. So Phil and I have a special gift for you today. You want to come up and help me, Phil? And what we're going to do is, we have roses we're going to make sure each person gets. We're going to do it a little differently than we normally do. You want to pull that out into the... Roses are said to have the highest vibrational energy of all plants. I don't know who measures that stuff. But they're really beautiful, and they have stood for generations to acknowledge and represent love. And because of that heritage, whether that's their natural inherent vibrational energy that we're picking up on, or we have created that by our acknowledgement of them, doesn't matter, makes no difference. It's all the same. They are these beautiful expressions of unfoldment of love. They are a beautiful expression of unfoldment of love. And so are you. And so are you. So we're going to need some help. And Tracy, you want to help too? Let's pull the table out, sweetie. And we'll... Teamwork. So what we'd like to do here today is when you're ready, I'd like you to come up and receive a rose from either me or Phil. And what we want to do is we want to acknowledge to you, soul to soul, spirit to spirit, your value. So when you're ready, we're almost ready. We can start. We can start. Just pretty. Blessed. Mix the different colors in there too. My turn.
Okay.
Let joy find you. Can I give you one too? He gets one and you get one. Kids get one too.
Yeah.
And a reminder that there's always a little thorn.
There's always a thorn. Even roses have issues. Then my work here is done. Let love find your way. You too. Right, these are-
To match my hair.
Oh, love it. Off of me! Leave it to Tracy.
Namaste.
Yep. Perfect color.
Thank you. I'm feeling very good today. It's good to be more a part of and starting to be. Very nice. Thank you. Here, I'll trade with you. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Blessings.
Yep.
Many blessings.
Today's my birthday.
But happy birthday.
Oh yeah, you know, more than one is always a good thing. Are they getting squishier to good enough?
Give her one for Mary. Can I have one for Mary? Yeah, you want a yellow one?
It's a Phil thing. Here, honey, if you would take those and put them in the office. There's a few extras, so if there's someone that would like extras after services, we can. So, Mr. Phil, when you get a chance, join me back up front. So how does that rose feel? That rose is just a tiny, tiny expression of who you really are. And as you look at that rose and know that when you put it in a vase and it'll open up, that's what you're doing, is you're opening up to the love and light that you really are. Thank you for that. It's a Virgo thing, sorry. Communion is another symbolic opportunity for us to connect with one another and for us to connect with Divine Source. Those who are followers of the way, we remember the price has been paid. And we can choose to be as happy as we would like to be. Misery is optional. Would you join us in prayer, please? Loving Spirit of light, help us to remember the love that we are. Help us to remember that all we have to do is suit up and show up and do our best. Be motivated by love. Walk with us in all things and help us to do this. In the name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you. Blessings. There's more right here. Want to get that one? We'll let her do it, honey. Join us in prayer again, please. Loving Spirit of light, as we drink this in, help us to drink in life with all of its joys and all of its sorrows and all of its challenges. And help us to know that you are guiding and directing, supporting and assisting. And help us to acknowledge the beauty and love within ourselves and the beauty and love within each other. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen.
I always get a kick out of when I see new people. Were you going to do this? Oh, okay. A volunteer. I don't have to pick on somebody. Wow. How nice. Thank you. But I do always get a kick when I see new people because half the time they're down back there going, they get this strange look on their face. What are they doing? What is Phil doing? Can't figure it out. So that's half the fun. The other half of the fun is I don't have to pick on anybody. Volunteer.
Y'all know that we've talked about Huna and paddling the canoe and so forth, and forgiveness and gratitude. And I've always looked at forgiveness as letting the canoe go and turn around, and gratitude as the direction the canoe's going. So with that, I feel that giving to this wonderful community, this wonderful place, in a spirit of true gratitude, helps us all with our canoe. Thank you.
Amen to that. Thank you, dear. Sometimes. Cool. Yep. Sure you did. Awesome. Now.
Daddy's taking us to the zoo tomorrow. Zoo tomorrow, zoo tomorrow. Daddy's taking us to the zoo tomorrow, and we can stay all day. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo. How about you? You can come too. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo. See the elephant with a long trunk swinging, great big ears and a long trunk swinging, snuffing up peanuts with a long trunk swinging, and we can stay all day. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo. How about you? You can come too. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo.
last week, can you hear me? Last week, Lynn had a guided meditation prepared for us, going to the zoo. And we didn't get to do that last week, so we're going to do it today. So get yourselves prepared. We're going to go to the zoo. And our fearless leader is Lynn Spicer. Thank you, Lynn.
Well, first of all, I wanted to look out and tell every mother in here and the fathers that help make the mothers that you're all awesome. And I appreciate each and every one of you, and your kids are lucky.